It was high noon at Andy's house. All the toys in Andy's room were doing things to keep themselves occupied. Han looked out of the window and saw Andy's mom's car pull up on the road. "Heads up, everybody! Andy and Jesse are back!" he exclaimed. "Places, everyone!" Woody called, ordering everyone to go back to their places. All the toys got back in their places as Andy burst into the room, throwing Jesse on his bed. "Hey, Woody, did you miss me?" Andy asked Woody, picking him up. "Did you miss Jesse as well?" Andy stared at Woody's inactive body, and Woody stared at him through his toy facade, or however you pronounce that word. "Well, I gotta start unpacking," Andy declared as he threw his green backpack onto his bed to unpack many of his things he brought to cowboy camp. 6:45 p.m. That afternoon, while Andy was having dinner with his family, Jessie told everyone about what she did and she and Andy did at camp. "So, Jessie, what did you and Andy get up to over the past 2 days?" Woody asked Jessie, putting a hand over her shoulder. "Well," Jessie began, "we had some delicious marshmallows by the campfire. I got some beautiful 8-year-old cowgirls at the girls' cabin. They remind me so much of Emily." "Was it scary?" Rex asked. "Of course not. It was completely safe," Jessie laughed. "Jessie, may I be the first to say, welcome home," Buzz spoke. "I'm really jealous I didn't go. Instead, Andy took you. But hey, it was your first time going," Woody added. "Don't worry, Woody. There's always a new trip where Andy would take you," Buzz replied, putting his hand on his back. Buzz clapped his hands together to get everyone's attention. "Well, with Jessie back home safe and sound, it's best to wait for tomorrow to start because Andy is going to school and we are going to have the room to ourselves. And we could do whatever we want together," Woody added. 8:00 p.m. Andy was playing with his toys. "You'll never take us alive, Woody and Buzz. Jessie will die from the death by monkeys in an hour," Andy said, mimicking him as he got Dr. Porkchop. "Oh, we will take you alive," he then said, mimicking Buzz. "Andy, time for bed," Andy's mom called. Andy shrugged, decided to keep playing tomorrow. He packed all his toys in the toy box and got into his nice warm bed. As Andy fell fast asleep for a new school day, Woody and the rest of the toys conversed quietly in the toy box. "Well, playtime may be over, but at least we're all together," Woody just whispered. Buzz nodded with a smile on his face, and Jessie gave a thumbs up. All four went to sleep, waiting for Andy to open the toy box. 11:00 p.m. Most of the toys were asleep in the toy box. Well, everyone except Jessie. She was struggling to sleep. She was curled into fetal position, had memories about being boxed in. Jessie decided to ask Buzz to give her company. "Buzz, can you look after me? I can't sleep," Jessie asked to give her the box. After drinking deep enough, she realized Buzz was gone. "Where's Buzz?" she asked. Jessie crawled to Woody to wake him up and tell her Buzz went missing. "Woody! Woody, wake up!" whispered Jessie, shaking Woody by the shoulder. "What now? It's like late at night," Woody grumbled. "Buzz is missing," Jessie asked. "Missing? But how?" Woody replied. "Buzz is missing?" Slinky questioned, waking up. All the rest of the toys, Rex, Ham, Mr. Potato Head, Bullseye, and the aliens woke up. "Where'd he go?" Mr. Potato Head asked. "Something happened to him," Ham muttered. Woody dug for many of Andy's belongings to the toy box and had a flashlight. "Well, whatever happened to him, we must find him," said he. "Who wants to find him with me?" "I don't want to go out in the dark. What if a monster took him?" Rex whimpered. We'll stay. We've got hay to hit," Ham said. Mr. Potato Head nodded, agreeing with Ham. Woody groaned. "Fine. Guess I'll have to look for mice." "I volunteer," Jessie interrupted. "I knew I'd count on you, Jess," Woody replied with a smile. Woody handed Jessie another flashlight and two quietly stuck out of the toy box. "Let us know you found Buzz, okay?" Rex whispered with Slinky next to him. Woody tipped his hat at the two before Slinky winked at him. Woody and Jessie tiptoed down the stairs to not accidentally alert the Davis family. They both quietly locked the door with a key and went outside in the dark. Got your flashlight? Woody asked Jesse. Got it, Jesse answered, giving him a wink. Let's split up. You go left and I'll go right, Woody ordered. Both Jesse and Woody split up and went on different sides of the house. Jesse traveled searching around the yard. Where are you, Buzz? She stammered. She hovered her flashlight around to find Buzz. While looking on the ground, she found one of the army men. Jesse crouched down to pick up the army man. As she examined him, he was crushed and chewed apart. Who could have done this? How did he get down here? There, Jesse stuttered and asked. Jesse picked up her flashlight to find Buzz again. Buzz, you're out there. Shine laser on the grass. Suddenly, a blinky red light shone on the grass. Jesse noticed this and looked up to see where it was coming from. She saw Buzz's arm sticking out of a bush. Buzz! Thank goodness you're okay, Jesse said in relief. She walked towards the bush to see Buzz before the laser light moved away from her and towards the bush. Buzz, what are you doing? Jesse stuttered and asked. On the other side of Andy's house, Woody found another green soldier by the mailbox. He crouched down to pick him up. Is that you, Sarge? Woody whispered and asked. Sir. Yes, sir, Sarge wheezed. Woody frowned wider. How did you get down there? He asked. You must run. He betrayed us, Sarge responded. Woody's face grew into conclusion and shock at the same time. Who? Sarge sighed. I don't want to tell you. Just get out of here while you can, Sarge croaked. Woody then heard a distant blood-curdling scream coming from the other side of the house, which startled him and made him drop Sarge. Jesse? Was that you? Woody stammered. Woody then slowly approached the other side of the house to see if Jesse was okay. Jesse? Did you find Buzz? Woody hovered his flashlight around the garage side of the house. His flashlight hovered from the mailbox to the dustbin. As he hovered it upwards, he found Jesse. However, Jesse was hanging upside down from the basketball hoop. Her face was slightly rusted. She was using one of her plastic boots. Her hair was undone, and her left arm was torn. Woody dropped his flashlight in fear. Oh my God, Jesse, he whispered. He picked his flashlight back up to find Buzz himself. After a short time of looking, he found Buzz coming out of the mailbox. However, he didn't turn around to face Woody, he just looked away. Woody became confused and worried. He was glad he had found Buzz, but was worried about what happened to him. Woody slowly approached Buzz, carefully not to disturb him. What happened to Jesse, Buzz? Woody whispered softly as he slowly walked towards Buzz. However, Buzz didn't answer nor respond. Woody reached his hand out to touch Buzz. Buzz? Are you? As soon as Woody tapped his hand on Buzz's shoulder, the latter finally turned around and finally faced Woody. But at that moment, Buzz turned around. His face was pale gray and his eyes were a hollow black. He bellowed very loudly at Woody as the latter screamed in shock and fell back, letting go of his flashlight. Woody scurried back on his floppy legs, picked his flashlight back up and made a run for it. Buzz then chased after him. As Woody ran, he looked from behind and noticed that Buzz was on his tail. He then dived from behind the other side of the house and hid in a bush so Buzz would think he escaped. As Buzz looked on the other side of the house, he couldn't find Woody anywhere, unbeknownst that Woody was watching him beside a bush. Buzz then groaned in frustration and ran off. With Buzz away from him, Woody peered out of the bush and climbed out of it to see where Buzz went. As Woody slowly peeked inside the house, he saw Buzz run for the door. Woody didn't like the sound of this. Worried for the safety of his friends, he ran back into the house to warn his friends about Buzz. But it was too late. Buzz? You're alive? And he spoke from his room. Woody gasped in horror. Buzz purposely revealed his secret in his brilliant face. Silence, minion of Zurg! Buzz shouted from off screen. Then there was the sound of Buzz laying out a karate yell and Andy yelling in pain. Woody gasped even more. He already heard what was happening, but he didn't want to see what it was. Andy's mother woke up, hearing Andy yell. Andy, are you okay? Suddenly, Buzz was straining to Mrs. Davis' face, attacking her. She screamed as Buzz was brutally attacking her. How is Buzz alive? Miss Davis screamed. Buzz stopped attacking Andy's mother as if he sensed something. He looked back at Andy's room and ran back in. Buzz, you're back! Rex shouted. Guys, no! The sound of Rex yelling, what he shouted. The sound of Rex yelling was heard. There was a sound of Slinky's coals being torn, Ham's coins rattling, and more sounds that Woody heard from upstairs. Andy, Rex, Slinky, Ham! Woody shouted word for his friends. Woody had no choice but to run again, so Buzz wouldn't attack him. As Woody ran for his life, Sarge spoke to him. Go on without me, Woody. Find a safe place away from Buzz. Woody continued running, looking behind to see if Buzz was following him. Fortunately for him, Buzz wasn't there, so he continued running. Woody then ran across the road to hide in one of the bushes of a random house. Once Woody found a bush to hide in, Buzz suddenly popped out of them with a menacing grimace and yanked him in as he screamed. 7:45 a.m., 5 days later. The next morning, a preteen boy in a black and white cap, a crimson jacket, blue jeans, and black Converses rode on the skateboard. Oh yeah, the weekend is on. Time to go to Pizza Planet, he shouted with glee. As the boy was going to continue skating to Pizza Planet, he noticed a scratched up hat on the concrete of the house as he was about to pass by. He got off his skateboard and picked up the hat. He carefully looked at it, it rang a bell to him, but he didn't want to mention the thing in his mind. As he looked at the house turned out to be Andy's house, which the boy didn't even know who was his. The boy knocked on the door, but no one answered, so he opened it anyway. Hello? Is anyone home? He asked loudly. The boy then went upstairs and found Andy's room door wide open. Once the boy stepped inside his room, there were toys thrown around. The bed was broken, the desk was tipped over, the shelves were pulled off, and the white cupboard was smashed. What happened there? The boy stuttered. The toys he saw strewn were Rex with his head, legs, and tail popped off, Slinky separated from his upper and lower halves, missing his coils, him missing a leg, and missing one top half of his face, the tail head smashed, Bullseye with all two of his legs ripped off, and the aliens all chewed up. The boy looked down at all the toys and looked straight ahead. I'm not going to Pizza Planet this time. I have a mystery to solve, the boy said. He unzipped his jacket, revealing a skull's head on a black t-shirt. This boy was Sid, Woody and Buzz's former nightmare who got scared for life by living toys. Even though Sid was reluctant to solve this mystery, he had the urge to be brave and discover the deepest secrets.